do you think that your experience is the average experience, or is it the survivorship bias, and you're a very like exceptional individual who's succeeded hard in this?
No, I think I'm an average kid. I failed high school. I didn't even get past it. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like I'm like intelligent. Like majority of people, if you made it past high school, you're smarter than me. You know what I mean? That's how it is. So I don't think it's anything crazy. And even then, I make money doing stuff that I don't even like doing. I don't have any interest in manufacturing and supplying clothing, but I run SNEAKO's whole merch line. I have no interest in doing that. I have no passion for fashion at all. I've got no interest in it. But I put the hours in because I was willing to do the work for the money, and that's
right. But even that, having that ability to turn off your brain and say, I don't care that I don't like this stuff. I'm still going to do it every day, and I'm going to. Not everyone can. That's why you got people who are engineers.
But that doesn't make it impossible.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't think it's impossible.
But Destiny's saying it's impossible for anyone to get rich.
Did I really say that?
I don't think you said that. Is that your thing?
You said not everybody can get rich.
That's a lot different than it's impossible.
From the internet.
Yeah.
You said from the internet, right? You said
some people can, yeah, some people, but not most people. Not everyone can.
I'm arguing that everyone can. I think it's possible. It's possible that everyone can do so.
Okay. I mean, it's just not true, but I don't know how it would either.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, do you believe that your experience is literally the average? Because if that was the case, then why isn't like everybody that makes a YouTube channel so successful? Why doesn't everyone like fucking is at the top?
Because a lot of people quit, right? Now, because they quit doesn't mean that they can't do it, because they definitely can. But it just means that they specifically, that person.
Well, why did they quit?
Why did they quit?
Well, it might not have what they initially entailed. Being a YouTuber is a lot more than just uploading videos. You got to be a graphic designer, you got to be a video editor, you got to be charismatic, and then you got to, you know what I mean? Then you got to learn like algorithm stuff.
Well, not everyone can do that though.
Yeah,
exactly. No, everyone has the ability, and everyone has the access to the, at least everyone in the West has access to the knowledge to be able to do that stuff.
Right.
But not everyone has the, and this is where it comes into the individual person.
Right.
Not everyone has it within themselves to go forward with all of that stuff.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think a lot of us are built different. So, for example, I know folks who couldn't make it as an infantryman. They don't have the mental aptitude. But these same people go on to be doctors. They can go on to be engineers. They can go on to do different skills. Our brains are not all built the same. Not everyone's capable of doing every kind of job in the world. Not everyone has the interest or the passion for it. You described having an insane curiosity to put an insane amount of hours into something. And that's great. I'm very happy for you. Not everyone has that kind of drive. I know for me, I know for me, I can't do school. Could I technically finish 4 years? Sure. But it would be like suicide for me. Okay. Even if you told me at the end of 4 years, I'm going to get a 100% job making $300K a year, all this stuff, it would feel like suicide. I can't do it mentally. Do you understand? But I could spend days and days working on an editing software to learn it. All I'm trying to say is people are built differently. The same way you might not be able to go to school and handle all that stuff, but you can do this editing stuff. Not everyone can do what you do as well.
I agree, but what I'm saying is that doesn't mean that not everyone can do it, because everyone can do it. Everyone has the ability to do so, and everyone has access to the resources to do so. It's down to the individual, but that doesn't make it correct.
And I think the deciding factor is the type of information they hear and what they believe in their mentality. And Destiny, I want to ask you this question. Do you think it's better for young men to follow your ideology or mine?
Absolutely mine. It's not even close.
Young men, why?
Yeah.
Well, can you state what your ideology is for young men, and then SNEAKO's, so we all know what you guys are fighting on?
College is a scam. You should not be a slave. You don't want to work a job. That's just brainwashing. You want to be independent. You want to do whatever you want. And you can do it if you offer a skill and you become valuable and you invest your money in the right ways. And it's very possible to do that. It's the easiest time ever to get rich right now. And courses like the one I'm promoting, like the Creativity Kit, are much better than college, which costs $100,000 a year, which Destiny's telling you to go to.
But you should try as hard as you can through school. It's the most reliable, best way you can be successful with your life. If you can identify interests that you have early on or hobbies you have early on, you should work those as hard as you can. If by the time you're 18 years old, you don't see a clear path that you can take where you can be an entrepreneur, computer programmer, or some shit like that, if that path isn't obvious to you at 18, then your best chance for success is probably to go to college, figure out a major that you want to do, and then continue to work down that route.
I disagree.
Precisely.
Don't you think it's a good idea for people to take So the space between, at least in the UK, is you finish like high school and then you have the option to go to university, which is college, right? That gap in between, you don't have to take that step to college or university or whatever. Don't you think it would be a better idea for those people that have just finished 18, 19 years old to take some time out and explore other business ventures? That type of idea isn't pushed in itself. They don't push that idea. A lot of people, I tell them, like, look, if you're around this age, take a gap year, because if you don't, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be going to university. You're going to be studying for, what, 4 years, 5 if you want to get a master's and stuff like that. By the time you come out, you're, what, 23, 24 years old. You're on, what, 30K a year? And then after tax, you're taking home maybe 24? Like, that's not good. And then after that, you then need 5 years experience to start looking at maybe 60K a year. And this is pounds, by the way. £60,000 a year, which is considered a high-end job. But by the time you finish that, you're, what, 29, 28? Like,
you need to be. I don't know anything about the UK, and I already know what you're saying is not true. You're telling me you have to be 29, 28 years old on college jobs to earn 60,000 quid a year? No shot. I don't believe it.
Well, I can tell you
bullshit. I had family members that just got out of U of T and they're working at like $80,000 a year jobs.
Yeah, there's no way that's true. And then you end up with this mentality like, oh, any 19-year-old could make £100,000 a year if they just like learn how to edit. But it's just like, you don't see like how many thousands of editors, artists, YouTuber wannabe, thousands, millions of them that are online that just don't make it. And it's not a matter of like, oh, well, if they just grind it a little harder or hustle a little harder. It's just they don't have the personality support. They're not funny enough. They didn't like whatever. Like, it's stuff that if they really seriously
doesn't mean that it's impossible. Like,
no one's talking about it being impossible. Bro, life is about numbers and stats and odds. You have to get rid of this like binary, like impossible or possible. Nobody thinks like that. That's just not how the real world works.
But you said not everyone can do it. Everyone can do what I do. It's just some people individually might not have the mindset to go through with it.
Right, but if they don't have the mindset, then they can't do what you do.
And you can adopt that mindset.
You can change that. Yeah,
you can adopt it. That's why I'm saying it's better for people to for young men to follow my ideology than Destiny's, because if you don't think that you can program your brain to get out of that mindset and to be independent, then you're just going to be a bot. You're just going to be a wage slave for the rest of your life.
Especially people like me. I'm 19. Like my like in the next 2 years, 3 years, every single one of my ideas can be completely different. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm changing so quickly, I'm still young and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's not like, if you're 18, 19 years old, you still don't know what to do, and these are your characteristics, you're cancelling out all of these different opportunities because of how you're thinking at 18 years old. That can't be right.
Yeah, nothing for that, Destiny?
I don't know what I can say to you guys. Like, I mean, like, if you want to get into like a data-driven argument, like I win on the data a million times over. There's a reason why.
What we said about the mindset, my overall argument is that
you're speaking and you sound like a raving like feminist. Like, you're giving me ideas that I can't prove or disprove. I can't say anything. Like, you're saying like, this sounds so cool and like everybody can be the YouTuber shit. Okay, let's look at the numbers. Does it happen? Nope, you're wrong. Anybody can drop out of high school. Okay, cool. Let's look at the numbers. Like, you're giving me no. I gotta finish. I'm gonna keep talking. Okay, you're giving me a feelings over fact argument. I can't argue with your feelings. If you want to have the feeling that everybody can be an editor, that everybody can be successful, everybody can make a YouTube, that's great that you feel that way. But at the end of the day, life is a game of numbers, and you have to look at the probability of like what you can't. You have to stop cutting me off every time I'm giving you an answer for anything, okay? If you want to go dig into the data, you can look and see who are the most successful people in life. Even when you talk about entrepreneurs or CEOs, like 90% of these people have college degrees. It's not an accident. But you're looking at the 3 or 4 exceptions, and like every brain-rotted American that believes in this toxic idea of the American dream that's going to throw away every single thing they could possibly achieve in life, that they could possibly achieve in life. And all you're going to do is tell people to go for that like 1 in a million shot. It's just a super horrible ideology, and I've seen so many people like fall to it.
Can I ask SNEAKO?
Wait. So let me ask him something. You're calling me the feminist, you said toxic. The idea with the premise of the question was, can you adopt a mindset to get out of the bot programming? Can you adopt a mindset, true or false?
You can do anything. That's not an interesting question.
What is that? You're making like I'm making a feelings argument. I'm saying, can you? Moose's argument.
You can do anything. Anybody could fucking be a Navy SEAL for you. Could theoretically. Anything's theoretically possible, but it's not. That's
all right. Chill out, man. Look, what I'm trying to. I think a better way of presenting SNEAKO's argument is definitely saying like, you're supposed to go against the odds. The odds aren't in people that fails favor. If you think about it realistically, the people that get the reason they say C grade students become CEOs is because the A grade students will go through the system because they're getting A's, and the C grade students, you got to think about it this way: what are their options? I failed. What are my options now? I can't go through the system and get a good job. I'm not really going to be looking at getting a job anywhere that's going to pay me more than £20,000-30,000 a year. Ever in my life, I'll be lucky if I can get £30,000 a year, because I'm never going to be able to get a degree. So we're looking at £20,000 a year job, or I have to take a risk, start a business, and that's my only way of making good money now. So if I want to make more than 6 figures a year, I have 2 options: start a business and take the risk and start hustling, or make £20,000 a year. I don't have the option to go and get a degree because I failed.
How many of those C grade students out of 1,000 become CEOs?
Well, the ones that have the mentality will go and become CEOs. That's it.
Yeah, but how many of them though? Like, what is it? Do you know what it takes to become a CEO?
Well, I have a couple employees of myself.
A
so
chief
I
executive officer of a corporate company with structure,
not like
people
a
working
high
under
tier,
them.
whatever. But I have a few employees. I'm running things good right now. But obviously I'm.
Do you consider yourself a chief executive officer?
I mean,
what's this?
What was
it's like you're going with the idea. You're going with such an idealistic mentality. It's like, okay, so the C grade kids don't understand the fucking craft too well. They fucking failed out. But hey, maybe if they have the right mentality, they can be the CEOs, and all the fucking A grade students will just run into work for them. That's so fucking idealistic. Like, we're trying to go for the actual average and stability over here. Okay, like, you want to fucking, if you want to ask me what my mentality is like, listen, play smarter, don't play dumb. Okay, you have a set amount of time in your fucking life. If you want to chase idealistic shit, go for it, okay?
Okay, so 98% of that shit from a C grade student? What's smart from a C grade student? What's smarter
is if you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life, okay? University, schooling, military, a lot of these like structured fields are not bad. If you jump into them, you get some level of structure. Then once you have something to fall back on, chase your fucking dreams, okay? If I didn't have shit to fall back on, do you think I'd be chasing after the businesses I have nowadays?
Of course,
fuck
I understand.
No. It's because I did. No. It's because I developed the funds through my actual career to chase the dreams that I have. You think I'd be pissing away fucking money doing anything nowadays? Fuck no. That would be idealistic as shit. I had to grind in the system to make a fuck ton of cash, then I could invest that. I would never, ever tell anybody to do what I fucking did if they didn't have the education or the shit to fall back on. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Now, I would like to say, I actually agree with that, but I would say that most people in the West have the privilege of their parents to fall back on. If you don't, then I agree. Get a regular job, stack some bread.
Most people don't, though.
Hold up, Muda. Let him finish. Go ahead, bro.
Most people in the West, they do. They have the privilege. I have the privilege.
You're not lying.
Okay, worst case scenario, I lose all my money, and I'm back in my bedroom. My parents are paying the bills and they're feeding me, and that's it. You know what I mean? So that's my worst case scenario. But most kids have this worst case scenario in the West. Let's not lie, they don't.
Yeah. I don't entirely disagree with you. I think it's very difficult for a lot of people to develop that kind of drive if they don't really have any kind of structure or struggle to really push them forward.
But that's on them.
Absolutely. I don't disagree. Listen, I can't tell you why.
So anyone
a lot of people are built. Was that?
So anyone can do it. Anyone can make money online.
You say that, and I hear what you're saying. It sounds very great esoterically, but for whatever reason, we find very different outcomes for a lot of people. Now, you might say it's because they didn't watch the right podcast or they don't have the right mentality and they can develop it. Yeah. I'm of the mindset that some people can't develop certain skills. I don't think that everyone can do everything. I just don't believe it. Maybe you guys feel differently, and that's why probably where we're going to diverge on the path. But I would say that based off what you said, which I think is very reasonable, if people do have a fallback plan, take a risk. I don't disagree with that. So I think on that point alone, I'm probably with SNEAKO News.
Okay.
Yeah, so I agree.
I'm with you guys on that
risk.
So, Abba, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think it's better for young men to follow Destiny's philosophy or mine and Musa's?
I'm in between the both of you guys where I think people should structure. That's my thing. I don't think, because I don't think it's a good idea. Well, I don't think it's a good idea for people to just throw them. Actually, let me rephrase. If you have the innate thing in you where you desperately want to do this stuff and school's not calling out to you, if you want to go and take that risk, that's fine. Go for it. I would prefer that people take on responsibilities, be it like move out of your parents' place, start paying your own rent, get yourself a job, learn what it is to actually be an adult, be a grown up.
Don't move out. But go on.
That's fine. That's fine. I think
and I would agree with Musa here. Like, if you have the opportunity to live with your parents for some like indeterminate amount of time and like pursue like some online shit or whatever, then yeah, I mean, if you got the opportunity, go for it.
You gotta think, my dad. I tried to move out. My dad wouldn't let me. He says it's stupid of you. He says just stay home. Everything's done for you here. He says we do your cooking, we do your cleaning, we do everything for you. Like, we take care of you. You got a place to stay. You got a nice room. You got a nice house. You don't need to move out. Stay here and stack your bread. That's exactly what my dad told me when I tried to move out. And I was like, you know what? This guy's right. Because if I move out, now I have some sort of risk. Now I have to do it. But realistically, I can go to zero tomorrow. Everything's fine.
Destiny, how did you get to that point? How did you...
So hold on. I won't, because they're coming out further, and then you can go for Destiny. What I was trying to get
Don't you feel like that's getting babied? Sorry.
Me?
Don't you feel like that's kind of getting babied, though? If, like, your dad doesn't let you move out and, like, live life a little bit? Like, make some fuck-ups?
No, I made my fair share of fuck ups. But obviously that comes with like, it comes with different I still get my freedom. Like once a month, I'll usually go to London for like a week or so, 3 or 4 days, and just go and get out there and do my stuff.
Like you see when you say like. You see when you give that, like, that's just such a fucking privileged way of living, man. Like, you know how many...
But most people in the West have this way of living.
If you have the opportunity to do that shit, I know that this is where I'm gonna break now. Jesus, if you have the opportunity to live with your parents, you should take advantage of that shit for as long as fucking possible.
Exactly.
There are a lot of people that are 18, 19, like, I want to move away, I want to move away, I want to move. Bro, working at 16, 17, 18 fucking sucks. If you can stay with your parents, do that shit forever. Yeah, if you can do that, I'd say stay with that shit forever. You're gonna be like a kid. You'll be a kid for longer, but fuck it, dude. Being a kid and having the opportunity to explore that shit is base.
Exactly. So if you can do it, stay at home. And most people in the West have this privilege. Let's not act like they don't. Most people in the West definitely do. And how do they spend it? It's laying on their side, watching Netflix all day, wasting it away whenever they have free time. They'll go and work their little shoe job in the town center and get paid minimum wage. So
I think that's fine advice for some folks. I think if people want to take on more responsibilities and discover themselves, and one way they can do that is move on their own and take that on. Okay, so
I'm gonna finish my point.
My prescription to people in between SNEAKO and Destiny is just this: if you're a young man and you feel lost in life, go take on responsibilities, be it a job, volunteering, whatever the fuck it is, and start to get to know yourself. I think once you have difficult situations that you have to constantly deal with, you're going to get a better understanding of who you are and what you want out of life. So that's my prescription. Not go to school, not chase your dreams and be a YouTuber, whatever the fuck it is. Mine is go take on some responsibilities and figure out what you want. That's it.
My thing where I disagree like heavily with Destiny is like take advantage of like your fucking, you know, your parents and the living situation. I kind of agree with it. I mean, it's a safer option, but like my dad, good income, everything solid. I could have lived with my parents, but the reality is like fucking as soon as I hit like 16, 17, I think this is where like the mentality of the whole CEO shit changes, right? Like you mentioned C grade students becoming CEO. Highly disagree. I think what really matters is like how much initiative each individual has, right? Like when I was 16, worked my ass off, never took a dime from my fucking parents, never took a dime from anybody. Everything that I ever had is built from my own like fucking hands, and that's it. Like it's those people. I'm not just fluffing myself. I think you have to have that mentality in order to succeed anywhere in fucking life. Whether you want to be a CEO or chase your fucking dreams, right? Like, it's getting out of your fucking safety net and doing shit with your life that actually brings you to, like, a level of success that you guys look up to or you guys keep preaching, or, like, the idealistic viewpoint, you know? Like, I'm sorry, you have to pay your dues. You have to give your pound of flesh, your kilo of flesh, if you will, in order to fucking survive, man. It is what it is. I don't
Destiny,
know.
you want to respond to that?
Well, okay, I disagree, right? Okay, but like also another thing too is that like the same types of people that have that mentality and have that drive, I hate to say this, but they are the people that can finish college. Like they're the type of people that aren't going to be discouraged. We're like, oh, I can't do college, it's too hard. Like most people that have the drive to do all that business shit have the drive to finish their degree.
Yeah, but I will say that
it's not about finishing college. It's about realizing that it's a waste of time and it's a scam. College doesn't guarantee income, but it does.
What does waste of time or scam mean?
Because college guarantees debt, but it does not guarantee income.
The numbers disagree with your feelings. At least when you say that, can you please? I want you to qualify that and go. This is a feeling that I have. Because you're wrong.
Do you get a job when you finish college, or do you get a?
Because if you look at the data and you look at high school students versus college students, no, I hear what you're saying. You're just telling me your feeling. I don't care about your feeling.
It's not a feeling.
It is a feeling. When you say college is a scam.
Okay. Everyone, cool down. Destiny, what's your point? Just go for it.
His point is about stats, not agreeing with whatever SNEAKO is saying. I will say though, Destiny, like here in the UK, after you finish university, like I was saying, if you don't have experience and you're getting paid that 30k a year, then after tax you're taking home what 2,400? Like it's 24,000 a year. Like currently in the UK, we have a cost of living crisis where people can't afford their energy bills and stuff like that because the companies keep rising them. So these people that have gone to university, they've gone and got a job, but because they don't have the experience to fit into the next tax bracket, they now can't even afford to have their heaters on this winter and stuff like that. Like they can't afford these things. So they've gone to college, they've been told they're going to get a job, they've been told they're going to get paid nicely, they've been told they're going to do all these things to get this degree and all that stuff. Now they can't even afford to turn on the heater this winter. So it's stuff like
and the majority of the people trying to be YouTubers don't even have a house to turn the heat on in.
Okay, like, but that's all fun and dandy, but that doesn't steer away from the fact that these people have gone through college, they've gone through university, and they've not been able to live nicely. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is like SNEAKO's point of saying like college is a scam. There's an essence of truth to it. Not entirely.
Is it a scam because there's not 100% success rate? Because there's not 100% success rate in being a YouTuber either. Or
100%. I agree. I agree. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't mean that not everyone can do it, because everyone can do it in both fields.
And overall, I mean, YouTube tutorials are free. The Creativity Kit is $50 a month. There's like 1.6 trillion U.S. college debt. Now they have to get forgiveness now. So
yeah, there's an essence of truth to that as well. You know what I mean? Like they're both right. But in my opinion, if you weigh up the two, obviously it's a little bit biased. Like, literally can't go to college, university. But at the same time, like, I would rather not take on the debt and take that risk and work for myself. Not everyone has it within themselves, and they don't have the mentality for it, and I understand it. But at the same time, like, if I still have to take that risk of going to university, finishing with all these degrees and all these things, and then get a job, and then I still can't afford to live, and I have to go through that cost of living crisis. That sucks, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would feel like I've been lied to.
Okay, so I'm curious. I got 1 million people listening right now. They're ready to do whatever you say. What would you tell them to do right now in order to start making?
Well, first of all, I would say find a level of foundation, like we was talking about initially. If you have your parents' shit to fall back on, like majority of people do in the West, right? Then start taking risks. I would say personally start learning how to build websites, because e-commerce isn't going anywhere. Secondly, I would say if you have any type of passions, pursue them and find a way to monetize them. Typically, you can do that through TikTok, right? But yeah, that's what I would tell them.
So have passions and then monetize them through like social medias.
Yes, I would also say an important factor is building case studies is the new degree. The same way you would go to college and get a degree, is building case studies is the equivalent of that for getting jobs online, for making money online. So for me, obviously, I've ran up SNEAKO's TikTok page. I've done like 110 million views in 28 days on one page, right? That's an insane stat to bring to the table. Any agency is going to want to hire you for that, right? So that's a case study in itself. So because of that fact alone, and even my friend who ran up his TikTok page, his SNEAKO, went from 0 to 100,000 followers in 4 days, just for having that in his locker alone, people will want to hire him. That's a degree now.
That's better than a degree. Better than a degree.
Arguably, yeah. Because the average UK earner, I'm pretty sure, earns £1,700 a month, right? And my friend now, who ran up that page, he earns £2,500 a month from me. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So he gets paid more than the average. He didn't even finish high school either. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. And I only hired him for the pure reason of his case study.
Right.
Or you can watch Destiny stream all day and go clean carpets.
Or you can watch SNEAKO stream all day, you know, spend $300 because you're too stupid to learn how to pirate Adobe Premiere or whatever, learn how to edit a few shitty videos, throw them up on TikTok, get 45 views a video, wonder why it's not happening, get one SNEAKO clip that blows up, get 50,000 views, do nothing, waste 3 years, and then finally get to go back to school or get a normal job.
The people who gave up, the people in your chat who want to give up on that. We're talking
These are the people that, by the way, SNEAKO literally admitted that most of his audience will be losers. Most people aren't going to succeed.
And they're not going to keep watching. Once they lose, they're going to go to Destiny stream. The winners are going to stay here. The losers are going to go listen to you cope all day.
Okay, look. Destiny, I'm going to disagree as well when it comes to the fact that YouTube. I know loads of people that, obviously, I understand not everyone has the mentality to do this, but everyone has the ability to do this, right? I know loads of people that started off their channel for the first year of their thing was just experimenting, uploading videos and stuff like that. Then during that process, learning about the algorithm and then blowing up from there. One of my clients I help manage is Raz HD on YouTube. He's a FIFA YouTuber, and I picked him up last year. He had 3,000 subscribers. I've still got the DMs. I told him, look, I know about the algorithm. I need to build a case study. Let me help you with your channel and all this stuff. So we went through this whole process. I went, and in 3 months, we took his channel from 3,000 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers. Now he's got 200,000 subscribers. He gets around 100,000 subscribers a video, and his channel's just blown up. And now he makes like over 10K a month, like every month. So you know what I mean? Like these people, like if you really come at it from a strategical point of view, which anyone can learn, because I learned all my algorithmic knowledge online. I didn't pay for anything. I learned it all from YouTube. Learned it all from you know what I mean, personal experience, stuff like that. And look what I did for the guy. Now obviously I get a percentage. I'm managing him and stuff like that. It's a win-win. So there's a lot that goes into it. I even know people like,
what's the name of the guy?
Raz HD. There's even people like McBurkin, if you know about McBurkin. He's a Minecraft YouTuber.
This guy do?
He makes FIFA videos, gaming videos, personality, webcams, facecam, plays FIFA.
I want to say, so I'm incredibly fascinated by how people reach their success and what it takes to kind of get there. And in me listening to you, I can tell that you really care about the intricacies of how these things work. Like when you look at algorithms, When you look at social media platforms, for you, you're not just looking at it as like, oh, people upload shit. You look at it and you think, all right, why did this video blow up? Exactly. What was it about the thumbnail? What was it about the video? What was it like? You have that kind of analytical mind. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This is something that I've found to be true, and I think is like the biggest differentiating factor between people who are successful and all this stuff, not IQ, not any of this stuff. It's like a general innate curiosity for how the thing functions and how to exploit it as best as possible. So even when I listen to Mr. Beast talk about shit, right, what I hear him talk about all day long is like, how do you game the algorithm? How do we make the best on all this stuff? You have that same. Do you understand that not everyone has that built in them? It's not a mindset you can adopt. Curiosity is not something you can just inherit, that you have to really have it. And I've noticed this too. People are only curious generally about things that they actually are interested in. That's most folks I know. So I know guys who are as autistic as you when it comes to music or dancing or basketball or whatever.
I have a rebuttal.
Go for it.
I have a friend who has a clothing brand now. He has no interest in marketing. He has no interest in business or any of these things. He just has like he just likes clothes and stuff like that, and he likes anime. He started printing anime designs on clothes, doing his own drawings, printing it on clothes and stuff like that. And then he put it together, and now obviously I told him like, look, I know about the TikTok algorithm. You should start pushing stuff on TikTok. He doesn't even like TikTok. He doesn't like posting it. He doesn't like doing any of that stuff. He just does it because it's part of his business. And this is what most people have to do. When it comes down to business and making money, the hard work aspect is there's always a point of it where you do shit you don't want to do. You know what I mean? And that comes with most stuff in life. That comes with most jobs. You know what I mean?
Which is why you normally hire people. That's why most people hire others. Like
so what I'm saying is this guy, he doesn't have any type of passion for algorithms or anything like that. But still, he's done all free promo. He hasn't paid for a single ad. He turns over tens of thousands of pounds. He's 18 years old, and he does he has his own office space and all this stuff now. And you know what I mean? He doesn't have any passion for any of this algorithm stuff. Like, you can still do whatever. Like, you can anyone really can make money online.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
I think he's Musa's living proof of that, and proof of that. Even if you don't fail, if you fail in school, if you don't want to be a matrix slave, that you could still go get it. And
you don't have to have clout.
This is Gen Z talking. And this is why people like Musa watch my shit. And this is why like the people who give up like end up to like Lasanabi's content, and then end up like people who gave up on their dreams end up watching Destiny's content. Like that's just the difference, man. We did a poll. I asked, my whole chat said 1, they would rather lead. Destiny's chat all said 2, they would rather follow. And we also admitted that everybody would rather lead. So if they want to give up, fine. But I want to have winners watching my shit.
Okay. All right. This is a whole different topic.
No, it's the same topic. It's the philosophy behind it. It's ambition versus complacency. And Destiny's going to keep saying that it's facts over feelings. I don't know what it is, but like a mindset is not a feeling. It's something you can put your mind to anything. It's not a feeling. It's what you need in order to be rich now. I'm having Iman Ghazi on later on. We're going to talk about that. One of the richest guys I know, he's 22. Gen Z, I want to change that mindset so that a lot of people can get out of this shit.
No. Yeah, well, listen, Musa, I thought a lot of the stuff that you said was really interesting and insightful in regards to algorithms, and yeah, that's really cool. SNEAKO, what do you think when you hear somebody who's like, I'm fine with being a follower, like, I don't like leading, it's not my thing. What do you say to those people?
Okay, go ahead. But we know what the #1 coveted job in America is. When you ask a kid who's 5 years old what they wanted to do, they wanted to be astronauts, they wanted to be NBA players, they wanted to be superstars, they wanted to be the best. You don't ask a kid, what do you want to do? They say, I want to clean carpets. They want to be the saxophone player. That's what they want to do. So I'm saying feed that. Feed that kid, that little kid that inspired you with all those dreams, but you have to follow that. And don't give that up, because I'm tired of seeing people give that up, because you know what you wanted to do when you were... Everything I do, all the decisions I do, I am living for that kid like that was 12, that was sitting in class, that didn't want to be there, that felt like this was a waste of time. Everything I do is to make that kid happy.
Right.
It's good for mentality.
I'm just curious.
Go ahead.
Because I'm interested. To people who are in that, like I know some folks who work at an ad agency, they make $60K a year and they're good with that. Like for them, they go on a trip once or twice a year and they go with their life. They're happy. They get to see their family every Christmas, all that stuff. What do you say to those people who are good with that? Do you think there's something wrong with what they're doing?
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
So can you acknowledge that there's a lot of people who may fit into that mold?
You can still be a happy person, but a good...
Hold on. I just want to finish. When I hear you say, oh, these people are slaves, oh, these people are just bots and all this other stuff, do you not understand that people who just want to live a regular life and not think about being an entrepreneur and stressing about algorithms and doing all this stuff, and they just want a sense of security. Like whenever you talk, it almost makes it sound like these people are subhuman. There's something fucking wrong with their brains.
Yeah, he's got a point. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know people.
Okay, it can hurt people's feelings, but I think some people. Need
it's not about hurting feelings.
No,
it's not about hurting feelings. But you have to go ahead, Musa.
It's not about that. Look, like one of the people that works for me, right? One of the guys I've hired, he doesn't want to like. He doesn't ever plan on like. Obviously, I have my own agency in terms of editing and stuff like that. He doesn't want to do that. Like he doesn't have any interest in becoming the head of it. He's just happy like, all right, what do I got to do today? All right, I got to edit 8 TikToks. I got to run this. I got to upload them onto this page. I got to upload them on YouTube. I earn £3,500 a year. A month. I'm happy with that. And he doesn't. He's just complacent. He's happy with all of that stuff, and he doesn't really have any interest in becoming a business owner. My brother's one of those people. My brother's happy to just go and become like a carpenter or whatever, and then come home, play Valorant, and he's happy with that type of lifestyle.
I just want to ask you.
Let me answer that because I see what you're saying, and it does hurt. A lot of people hear that like the subhuman thing when I call people bots, NPCs. It does hurt because deep down people do have a sense of regret that happened. And then someone that I'm really grateful for that gave me the privilege to be where I'm at is my father. My father had the exact same dream as mine. We went to the same school. He graduated. I didn't. We were both film school. All these photos I have around here are photographs of my dad. He took these pictures, but he gave up on his dream to raise his kids and to have a comfortable life and raise a family. He fully dedicated into raising his family. And that's a decision that he made, and I would not be able to be in this position if he didn't make that decision. I look up to him for that, but still I see there's a regret that he has that scared the shit out of me since I was a little kid. And even though he lives a happy life, he loves his kids, he lives vicariously through me, he still wishes that he could have been that artist that the 6-year-old version of him wanted to be. And that's what I'm talking about. So even he's going to watch this and it's going to make him think. But that's always been my biggest fear. So it's not that I'm trying to like make people subhuman, but I think people need to hear someone like me call you a bot if you give up on life, or else you're not going to, and you're going to hear Destiny and say, well, yeah, I'll clean carpets and be happy. Yeah, you'll be fine, but you won't live life to the fullest. And I think the worst way to live is to have regret.
Do you think your dad is unhappy?
No, he's a happy guy. The reason he gets happiness is seeing me succeed. He lives vicariously through me. So
seeing his seed, the one that he's like invested everything into,
his eldest son, seeing his eldest son succeed and fully pursue his passions as an artist and chase my dreams and everything. He knows that the sacrifice he made is the reason that I'm able to do this.
Right. But okay, so 2-part question. So if you or dad would have seen you have a really good job, right, making $80K a year, got a girlfriend, stability, all this stuff, do you think he'd be any other unhappy? Do you think he'd be more sad?
No, he would. Or do you think he'd be just? He would. It's not even happy or sad. It's just fine. He'd be fine. He'd be okay that I'm safe, that I have a comfortable job. It would be fine. But I want exceptional. That I'm ambitious. I want everybody in my chat to not let go of that ambition that you have inside of you. Young men are ambitious by nature. We want to conquer. We want to go get it. And then everything we hear in life is to get rid of that. And I hate that mentality.
Okay. Musa, I was going to ask you about your employee earlier that you mentioned. When you see your employee, how good is he a really good employee, the one that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
He's awesome, right? And it helps your machine and your cog work really well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Would you say that people like that are absolutely necessary for bigger empires to grow?
Is that a good point? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that...
Not everyone. What he's basically trying to say is
relationship.
Yeah.
What he's saying is not everyone has to. Like, if everyone was a leader, like you're trying to,
nobody
would
lead
people to be. Then
nobody
would be no leaders.
That's true.
So
nobody.
So at the same time, obviously, it's a good idea because it doesn't really matter how many people SNEAKO tries to push this progressive mentality onto. First of all, not everyone's going to adopt it. Second of all, he's never going to like reach everyone. So it's good to push it, in my opinion. I think it's good for more people to become leaders. Why not?
The truth is, the truth is always somewhere in the middle, but the truth is probably where you're at. I'm an extreme, Destiny's an extreme, and we need each other so that some people hear my message, some people hear his. It's necessary.
The reason why I say this is even within a military, You can't have everyone be a sergeant. You got to have corporals, you got to have soldier privates, and you got to have people who are officers, right?
Of course.
And if you have the aptitudes and you take the extra work, then you get to move up in the ranks and take on more responsibility. My point being is that the machine itself does not work without everyone not playing their role. And so my prescription is not that people shouldn't move up laterally. If you're ambitious and you have dreams, you shouldn't chase it. That's not that. My whole thing is understand that everyone gonna have the role to play, and we don't have to denigrate it or make it sound like it's a garbage role or we have to treat people terribly or any of that stuff. I think a lot of people who go every day to their job, do it exceptionally well, and make sure the machine works well are absolutely pivotal and to be respected. Maybe it's me being a bot or whatever, but I don't know. It's like, SNEAKO, I respect what you do and I love what you do, and that's great. I also look at my mom who works a 9 to 5 doing housekeeping, and I respect her dedication to doing that consistently, the kind of discipline that she has. And so my thing is, you might value one more than the other, but I don't think I do. And I don't want to walk through life thinking like, oh, you took housekeeping, you're a fucking bot and a loser. It's like, no, some people just want to live things simpler, and I respect them for it if they're good with that.
I agree, but I think people, I do look a little bit differently at people that can afford to take that risk and still don't. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of like, I don't, obviously it's not that deep really. It's not like a big deal. But at the same time, I'm like, you can flourish so much more than you already are. You know what I mean? And they're just not willing to make that leap. Like people like my brother, for example, I always bang onto him so much. Like, we could be making so much money, man, if this guy was just a bit more driven. But
do you understand do you understand that not everything is about more? And SNEAKO, you're gonna agree with this in the sense, we listen to a lot of Patrice. Patrice always talks about the fact that there were times in his career where he could have said one thing or done something for somebody else or bit his tongue at certain points, and his career and his wealth would have grown exponentially. But what would make him happier at the end of the day was saying true to whatever message that he had and whatever his side of truth was, and saying, I'm gonna just stick with this.
And it cost him on the other side. See, you have, it's sacrifices. He was choosing to be more funny. Like right now, when Destiny says I'm cucking for Islam because I don't want to make jokes about it, it's like I need to set a limit to how much funny I want to seek. I don't want to die. I don't want to get murdered. So there you go. There's limits on both sides. There's limits to how much money you want to chase, and also limits to how much you want to chase your art in the message in the meeting. You make decisions, but more often than not, Patrice was an outlier. Patrice is known as the funniest of all time because he never set that limit. He kept going, and now he's revered as the best stand-up comedian of all time. But more often than not, most people will choose to just get a comfortable job instead of being the funniest of all time.
Patrick O'Neal?
Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice O'Neal is the best stand-up comedian of all time. I've never seen this dude before. I don't know. Do people really say that?
Yes. A lot of comedians do, and he's revered. But, listen, it's not unanimously, but there's some people who feel that way.
Even Chappelle would say that, I think.
I don't think he would say that. I don't think he would. But he was well-respected and well-liked. I would say, if you guys are always talking about you guys can do more, you can do more, but at the same time, you, SNEAKO, also acknowledge that there's things that you're not willing to do to get ahead or to do stuff. I feel like a lot of regular folks feel the same way. They're like, listen, I don't want to start up a TikTok account. I don't want to do this shit because it's just labor. I hate TikTok. I don't want to spend any time. In that same token, SNEAKO, you don't want to stop saying certain things that will hold you back because you want to be able to say what you want. We all make choices in life to maintain certain aspects of ourselves because we don't, even though it might help us to grow to do those things, we decide not to do that. I don't think it's necessarily a wrong thing to do that. The same way I don't want to, listen, maybe I should start TikTok tomorrow. It would probably be beneficial to my channel. I just don't care for the platform that deeply. Everyone makes those choices. What's wrong with
TikTok?
What's wrong with that?
I don't have TikTok. I don't like the platform either, but I understand its value and we're utilizing it properly. Instead of scrolling all day and becoming getting dumber on it and just watch your streams and consuming it, there's ways to profit off of it. That's all I'm saying.
You think TikTok is bad?
TikTok is Chinese brainwashing.
Whoa.
TikTok's really bad.
Bring this the fuck back. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so TikTok is terrible for people. But you guys are actively like trying to make viral content.
We understand that people are addicted to it, and so we're utilizing it to our advantage. But most of the content on there is brainwashing, making people dumber, and it's CCP programming to make us believe in a bunch of bullshit so that we get weaker.
It ain't going anywhere, so you might as well utilize it whilst it's here. That's what it is.
Exactly. You got to understand the market.
Maybe that just sounded crazy to me. It sounded like you guys know it's bad for people, so you're like, fuck it, I'm also going to get them.
Yeah, but at the same time, Abby, you also got to think that, okay, yeah, it's bad.
Isn't that kind of unprincipled? Am I crazy for saying that?
No,
isn't that being part of the Matrix?
Look,
yeah, because you're plugging them deeper into the.
Hold on.
Aren't you plugging them deeper into the Chinese matrix by doing that?
No, but the content of what he's talking about is helping people plug out. He's
anti
the
that.
content is better that his content gets pushed than CP. Much better.
He's like Morbius, bro. He goes into the Matrix to dig you out. That's what he's saying. Morbius.
Unplug you, bro.
That's what Andrew Tate told me. He said, if I'm Morpheus, you could be Neo.
That's actually a really good impersonation. That's one of the few impersonations you.
I do good, bro. My preach impression was perfect. I was dead on. I'm going to Romania tomorrow to meet up with the Tates.
That's dope, man. I hope you enjoy it out there.
Yeah, Destiny wants to get out of here and play Factorio. He's tired of this conversation.
I'm just chilling, dude.
I mean, for Destiny, it's just free content. This is going to be a 2-hour debate. He speaks for 50 minutes of it, and he's good. He means cheddar, but
that's true.
I'm going to have to rewatch this whole thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, well, listen, it was cool. I actually learned some stuff from you guys, so talk.
I'm gonna out of here. I'm gonna let Destiny play Factorio and read Twitch drama for 7 hours.
Probably, babe. How are things going? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can we just chit chat for a while? Do we have to yell all the time, man?
No, you're good. I like chit chatting. What's up?
Chat, you know what? I like coming on here because what I've understood by Abba's questions is that Destiny and I are two extremes on both sides, and it's the truth is always somewhere in the middle. So it's good for us to have these debates so people could come and think for themselves. Like I understand that I'm an extreme. I don't think Destiny thinks he's extreme though. I think he thinks he's right.
No, Destiny's definitely extreme. He's a pro-government, pro-establishment extreme. I think you would acknowledge that. No?
Oh man.
No.
I don't think I'm an extreme.
I knew it, man.
No. What? You dick riding the government so hard right now.
Hold up, Destiny. You say that a lot of people are anti-establishment, and you're very pro-establishment. Wouldn't that make you on that spectrum an extreme? What?
I think most people are probably like whatever. Is it ambivalent or is that negative?
Ambivalent, right in the middle. Indifferent.
Yeah, I would say most people are like ambivalent.
Yeah, but that's not you. You're pro-establishment.
I mean, I think there's a difference. We're not going out there sucking off the fucking
No, he is.
He's on Biden dick right now.
No. Yeah, he is. He does do that.
No, I don't actually do that. I just push back against people that are like trying to say that like everything is rigged and everything is fucked. And
okay, I thought you were an extreme pro-establishment person. This is actually different too.
I mean, it's like, what do you mean, like pro-establishment?
A little bit jiggy.
Like, what do you mean, like pro-establishment? Like, I just generally believe.
This guy just said the elections are rigged. Like, that's usually what I'm pushing back against.
See, like for me, it's like I look at the government that we have.
Too much because I don't want the channels to get straight.
Because like the government that we have, you have to understand, like we're not some fucking crazy North Korean government, or this is not like some fucking like we're not in that stage. Government is still made up of people. If you're like, I still believe that we have just a degree of control amongst ourselves.
Right.
We still have autonomy in our system. We still have people who like
that,
collectively come together. Oh yeah, that is true. I'm part of the Matrix, bro. You're right.
Cool. Yo, Musa, I'm gonna ask you, man. Now that you're making this cheddar, like you're not telling people you make this kind of money.
Pardon?
No, he's telling people. We're very open about our income.
So hold on, you just walking around these London streets telling people how much money you make every month?
I carry no cash.
I mean, it don't matter if people know you got money.
Yeah, bro, they'll break your fucking hands and get you to wire transfer them. They don't give a fuck.
I don't want no roadman to run up on you. You feel me?
He's in Nottingham. He's not in London.
Yeah, I'm not even from London, man.
Okay, that's good. Just be careful out there. Especially when you're just out here taking public transport and shit. I don't know if you still do that.
No, bro, you can't concealed carry out in fucking the EU, though.
Yeah, I appreciate the concern.
Destiny, can you summarize that Miskiff call? I wanted to tune in, but your Reddit was just memeing about how many people were watching it. What was the summary of that phone call?
You want me to summarize the fucking 3.5-hour call? No, I can't do that.
5 sentences, go.
There's like a huge drama over whether or not some guy that sexually harassed another girl that was sleeping was being covered up for by like the people that own a team house, Miskiff and them. That was like what everything was going over, and they were trying to figure out.
So who's the bad guy?
It's complicated, man. I'm not gonna just give you one.
So it doesn't even matter. Damn, you pulled in 58K live viewers for It's Complicated?
Yeah, that's why people watched me, because they wanted to see the full breakdown of the It's Complicated. True.
Destiny, what do you think about like all these liberal streamers doing everything that they promote not doing behind the scenes?
It's pretty bad. But I mean, all of you guys like do the same shit. All these red pill people like sit here and talk about how horrible and shit porn is, and like Andrew Tate made his money like selling cam girls online. So I mean, like everybody's full of shit at the end of the day. At least I'm honest about it.
You understand the market. Same thing. We understand TikTok's bad, but you got to utilize it because you know people are going to seek it out anyway. It's like, do you blame the crack dealer for the drug epidemic, or is it Reagan's fault?
Sure, but like, look at what you say at one end or the other, right? You're trying to say that everybody should be their own individual. They should all accomplish exactly what they want to do. Don't go to school. Don't be a cog in the system. And now you're telling me, how do I make money? Well, I literally am the system. Like, what is it? Like, at the end of the day, everybody's getting high on their own shit. Like, I mean,
system, bro.
No, look, the one thing I would say,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I am the system. There's one way to make money. Here you go. Here's an opportunity, but it doesn't revolve around me.
No, but I'm saying, like, you're like saying, like, school is a scam. I'm going to teach you how to get rich, and how you get rich is by starting a school. That's essentially what you're doing.
No, I make, like, that's maybe 1/4 of my income. Most of it is Google AdSense.
Yeah, I think I want to deal crack now.
Go ahead, bro.
Base crack dealer. Do math, dude.
I'm gonna definitely hit up. I'm definitely hitting up SNEAKO and Musa after this. We're gonna get.
Come on, you don't know what we do out in the streets.
Hey, listen, I got
It's serious around here.
I did.
I would say no, Destiny. I would say that I agree with what you said about Tate in the sense that yeah, he obviously he says anti-porn and stuff like that, and then promoted it, essentially made a business out of it. Now, I would say it's different in the sense that when SNEAKO was pushing his stuff through TikTok, it's different because he's pushing a positive message that's better than CP, fact, right?
CCP.
But I would say that obviously Tate stuff, like he wasn't doing any good when he was obviously doing his camgo business. Like, that's just a fact. Like, Destiny kind of right on that one. That's a contradictory statement.
Bro, you don't know what they do behind the scenes. You know, they donate a lot of money. They have a lot of charities. They donate to the church, stuff like that. Something they don't talk about.
You know, bro, drug bosses donate money to charity too. Does that make them good now?
I don't think drug bosses are bad people.
But it doesn't stop anything. Like, it doesn't change the fact on what they did. Like, that's really good. Like, that's amazing. I don't care though. That's different because that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the fact that there's a clear contradiction there. They say they're anti-porn, and then they made money from a porn industry and
that's not a contradiction. That's not a contradiction. You don't get high in your own supply. Drug dealers don't do coke. Destiny, do you think that drug lords are bad people? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, of course.
They're bad people. But you think El Chapo's a bad person?
Yeah, selling poison by the kilo is a bad thing. Yeah,
murdering indiscriminately own citizens, not giving this friendly fire, none of that shit. Yeah, terrible.
Friendly fire, bad, yeah. But overall, like people who run up a bag, people go from being broke to becoming millionaires selling drugs. Are they bad people?
Yes, absolutely.
You gotta do some bad shit to get there, bro.
You're also destroying your communities. Like, if we're being honest, these people, when they're addicts and families, they're not good people. If you made content, SNEAKO, that ruined families all across America, right? Had people becoming either dying or fucking robbing their friends and family just to be able to. You don't think I would think you're a terrible person? Absolutely.
Okay, so why don't you blame Reagan for importing all the drugs or the government for?
Isn't Reagan dead? If he's dead, they dance on his grave. I don't.
Look, I can say right that I think that obviously the mafia level drug dealers, like they're like that they can't be that good of a person. But I would say that obviously, I would say that where I'm from, obviously that I keep saying obviously, obviously. Look, where I'm from, it's not the greatest area. So I've seen people that I went to school with. Obviously, I've seen the innocence in them, and I've seen them go from like these people. They don't have a lot of money. Like their parents are literally selling on Sunday markets and stuff like that. Going to the market
selling drugs
to make a living. So yeah, so these kids at my age, they have to. Otherwise, they're not.
Do you want to know the reality to that is? They're part of a transnational criminal enterprise, and they're just as guilty as the people that are running it. So yes, they are in fact criminals, and they should be fucking sworn out.
Hold on, wait. Sure.
I don't like seeing that because my friend, that was personally, that's my friend. He's my longest lasting friend, ever dying like loyalty to the end with him. Right? He had to come to my house and eat pretty much for like almost 2 years straight. The guy couldn't eat, bro. His family could barely afford to live. I'm telling you, like this is what it was. So then he started selling drugs and he had to start doing all these things, and eventually, like, obviously there's not a lot I could end up helping him with. Sometimes we'll me up, I need some money, but that doesn't make him a bad person.
Listen, listen, it's a complicated thing. It's a complicated, obviously, right? Like I walk back on like he's just as guilty as El Chapo. Obviously, El Chapo's running the organization. This person's a very small cog in the machine. He's like a front level dealer, right?
Yeah.
The thing that the way I don't budge in is like you're still contributing to that organization. With you being a cog in the machine, somebody down the supply chain in that vertical integration is still getting hurt, you know? That's where the morality gets into, right? That's where it's hard for me to look past, right? It's one of the reasons why, like cocaine, for instance, I would never do as a drug, or really like most drugs, right? Like unless they're legalized, simply because like if I'm buying cocaine or like let's say I buy cocaine from some street dealer, right? You're right, the street dealer probably doesn't do anything. They're just trying to make their fucking bag, right? They're trying to like pay their bills. But if I give my fucking $100 to a coke dealer, somewhere down the road, because of my involvement and their involvement, somebody else got fucking hurt. That's where my morality comes. That's why I don't do drugs. That's one of the primary reasons why I don't. Also, I don't need I don't need to do drugs.
But have you ever been in a situation where that's one of your only resorts? A lot of people, like even he said, like he's tried to go and get a job, but they obviously has to put down like where he's from in his general area, and they don't hire people from them areas. Like they have genuine like blacklists, don't hire people from these areas and stuff like that. It's hard to get them type of jobs. And then even then, he's had experiences where he's gone and worked with like people that run markets. Obviously, his dad would have a stall at a market. He'd go and work for someone at the market, and they wouldn't pay him sometimes. What's he gonna do? You know
why doesn't he just open the TikTok and start editing shit?
Facts.
True.
That's true,
Actually,
bro.
You just told me anybody can do it. No, you just told me anybody can do it, and you're going out here
true. Wait, hold on. I walk back then. Actually, what Muda said. What Muda said was right. It is his fault.
He can do it part time. He can do it part time. He can't just be slanging dope all day long. He gotta learn how to edit on his time off. I say he does drug dealing at night, and he does.
Musa, I'm gonna ask you: was I stupid at the age of 16 working retail jobs when I could have just been out slinging crack and making 10 times what I was making at fucking?
No, it depends on the situation. If you had the ability to fall back on your parents, like we've already said, then.
Well, I didn't. I didn't take a dime from my parents. So what was I supposed to do? Like fucking do the retail job, or what would you think would be smarter for me to do?
I've said this. I said this earlier. Work your retail job, stack your bread until you're in a comfortable position where you feel like taking that risk.
I ain't mad at that.
I said that. No, my friend, he couldn't just start making TikToks because he couldn't afford to eat, so he had to get money so he could eat. You know what I mean? So it's that type of shit.
All right,
so he didn't have the security.
I'm about to head out, but I just want to ask everyone before I leave. Who's SNEAKO, in your opinion? Who's a terrible person?
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
All right, the hot sauce lady. Dope. What about you, Destiny? Who's somebody's a terrible person?
Who's somebody's Donald Trump?
Wrong. All right, Musa, you go next.
I'm a religious guy. I don't make them calls.
Hey, there you go. We got a God-fearing man. Muda, you're last.
Joe Biden, because he doesn't fucking do anything.
Nice.
We got the whole fucking trifecta.
First thing I agree with Muda.
How are you gonna trigger me that hard?
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I go with Trump. I'm not the Biden. No. I go with the Trump. I'm not like I go with Trump. He's like a fucking
damn. Look, Biden's a little bit brain dead. I ain't gonna lie. He's a little bit like.
Damn, Musa,
he's a bit lost.
You're that religious you can't even say Jeffrey Epstein?
Hey, it's still not my call. I know what you're talking about. It's still not my call.
I respect that. He's a God-fearing man. He knows his job is not to judge. His job is to edit.
But like, it stays in here.
Yo, Abba, can you turn your camera on next time?
You don't want to look at my nose?
No, man. No.
I don't want to know about that video that you filmed, the one in the morning where you played to be like the like the nerdy kid next to the one video on your channel.
When I was talking like this.
Or you scared me, man. That was scary.
That's my D&D voice. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go.
Alright, be easy, bro.
I'm
about to get at you too. Destiny wants to play Factorio.
Did you want to chat? I thought we were chatting.
Okay, let's chat, bro. What's going on, man? You bailed on my fucking double date so that you can go like read Twitch drama.
To be fair, I would as well.
Bro, no, I would too.
58k. No, Disney, you did the right thing. Don't worry.
Thanks.
I back it.
Thanks, I tried. I'm always chasing that bag, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
I don't want to be complacent at fucking dinner with you.
Exactly.
When I can be...
It's been a wild week for Twitch, bro. Like fucking, I've been tuning into Destiny shit for the last few days just because like all this Twitch shit. The only one that's parsing it is you. Because that whole fucking site's burning
no one else can watch my shit because I'm fucking banned, so they're all getting fucked.
I told you when this shit happened that there was going to be a big shift and that people were going to start coming to YouTube streaming. And didn't you kind of prove that on your own stream?
I'm here because I got banned from Twitch, my dude. That's why I'm on YouTube.
No, but I'm saying that all these people watching Twitch are mad at these woke people for being fake woke. And now they're going to come over to YouTube. They're going to come over to different platforms. They're going to diversify where they watch stuff because of what happened. And now, isn't that proof that you got 58K covering this shit? That now there's going to be
a lot of it is just LSF and the drama hype right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep growing, but I think people will start to switch eventually. I think Twitch is running out of steam, which is kind of sad. But
you didn't say that last time. You said Twitch was gonna keep going.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna like die, but I mean, I think you're gonna start to see like YouTube become more competitive. I don't think Twitch is dying anytime soon, but I think that like you are gonna start to see more people hop over.
I don't want to see Twitch
it's already
die.
Been like
a big competition, obviously.
That Twitch owner that made that exit, he did the right thing, man.
Which one?
I'm pretty sure one of the owners of Twitch like sold the platform to someone else, right? Like not even too long ago, 2-3 years ago, or something like that. What a move!
The older like CEOs or whatever.
No, it was some young guy. I think I'm on about the right guy. Anyway,
when he used to do like Justin TV.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I'm not sure, but bro, a couple $100 million, young guy.
All I just know is Amazon fucking picked it up, and now they're holding on to a video site that's apparently costing them fucking too much. It seems.
Dang.
Like they had to fucking bring up the concurrent viewer numbers and all that bullshit, and it was like, fuck. I don't know why they're not willing to eat the fucking cost, because it surely can't be that high for Amazon versus the bad press that they're getting.
Like serving all. Wait, eating the cost for what? Oh,
for like Twitch a little bit, like versus the bad press and currently in the situation they're in, you know.
I don't know why they are like. Are you talking about the changes they just made to their partnership stuff?
Yeah, even though I don't think that's not bad for most people. It's just like the streamers.
Yeah, but they don't make much money off it. And it's bad publicity. I super don't understand that. That was weird as fuck. Yeah.
I just like fucking. It's interesting. Like they're making these moves now because like if you think of the competition, like SNEAKO's right. Like I don't think it's so much like there's a fucking cultural shift as much as there's like a valid competitor to Twitch that like because. Dude, I've been streaming on YouTube for like years before anybody like here was, and the system was terrible. Like in order to fucking set up a stream,
it was
you had to, like spread your. It was fucking ass. You had to set up like live events and shit. Now the system's gotten super easy. The quality is better. The chat systems are the same. They got all the gifted memberships and shit. All they need now is like discoverability. Like there needs to be like a fucking YouTube option where like you're on the homepage, you click live, and it just changes to like the Twitch style layout, and fucking that would be the fucking killer in YouTube system.
Or you can stream on
Cozy. That would be the death knell.
Cozy or Rumble.
It would also be nice if they.
Cozy's got a good user interface in my opinion.
I wish they had a persistent chat.
Yeah, like offline chat.
Yeah, I would just say persistent chat would be nice.